In this problem, we are looking at rotational symmetry and angles of rotation. A figure is said to have rotational symmetry if you can turn it some number of degrees less than 360 degrees and it looks the same as when it started. Anything if you turn 360 degrees of rotation is going to be the same because it's back where it started. So take this triangle here. We can spin this around 360 degrees all the way around, and it's back to where it started. That's not rotational symmetry. But if I could turn this 90 or 120 or some other number of degrees and have it look the same, then it would have rotational symmetry. And I'm spinning this all the way through here, and it doesn't look like it has rotational symmetry anywhere. Only when I get back to 360 does it look the same. So I think this one does not have rotational symmetry. So we'll just check no here. All right, let's look at this figure. You might be able to tell just by looking at it that there's some rotational symmetry here. If I take this point and turn it till it's right here, then this point matches up with this point matches up with this point, and so forth. So it looks like this is going to have rotational symmetry, but let's rotate it to try. Yeah, and there it is. So it looks just like it was at the beginning. After I've rotated it this distance, when something does have rotational symmetry, we need to find the angle of rotation, and they're asking us to find the smallest angle of rotation that makes it symmetrical. And in this case, it's from here to here, so what angle is that? Well, there are 5 of these prongs. They look like they're evenly spaced, so this is a fifth of the way around the circle. So what I would do then is just take 360 degrees divided by 5, and that would be 72. So the smallest angle of rotation is 72 degrees. All right, let's try a couple more. So here we have something that looks like the letter H, and if we rotate this, if we rotate it 90 degrees, that doesn't look the same. But if we rotate it 180 degrees, we've got something that looks symmetrical. So this has rotational symmetry. Guess I should have checked yes over here too, with an angle of 180 degrees. And finally, this one. You might be able to see that this shape is a lot like this shape. It has a star that has 5 points, each equally spaced. So we should be able to rotate this that same 72 degrees. Whoops. Let's try that again. Yeah, and it matches up. Well, it's a little out of kilter here, but you get the idea. So that figure has rotational symmetry, and the smallest angle of rotation is 72 degrees. So that is a little bit of work with identifying rotational symmetry.